I want to chat today about this whole concept of like what a real man is. And I really hope you'll think about this. And I'll just say right off the top here that a real man doesn't exist. And here's why. It's a moving target based on who's talking, because there's always going to be somebody else who disagrees with whatever your definition is. Okay, but what about masculinity? What makes a man masculine, and does that have anything to do with being a real man? Again, it's a moving target based on who's talking and what their opinion is. But I guess my point is this. The whole notion of what a real man is that there's no definitive answer. I mean, you have your thoughts and opinions about it, and so does everybody else. But what I hear the most is that real men don't care what other people think. And I, for one, like how that sounds. Because in a lot of ways, I don't care what people think of me. Because if I did, I wouldn't have a YouTube channel. Now, that's not to say that I've given up on life to the point that I don't care about anything. But here's the kicker. And now I know better than to put everyone in the same box. However, I think that a lot of men lean a little too heavily into the idea of not caring what people think of them, and then use that as an excuse to stay where they are in life and not improve themselves. Because it's really easy to stay right where they are, not put in the work, stay miserable, and then claim that they don't care what people think. It's easier to do that than it is to actually care about yourself. And I could be wrong, but what I think a lot of these guys might be saying is that they don't care about themselves enough to participate in things that could make their lives better. I might even go a step further and say that a real man cares about himself enough to want to present himself to the world in the same way that he feels about himself. Because if you're miserable, that's what you're projecting, and everyone can see that. And I think that you should care about that. And I might also argue that a real man, again, a moving target, is respectful and carries himself in a way that he's a positive role model to his kids and to the people around him. Because, at least in my opinion, being respectful and having manners, grace, and compassion says more about the type of man you are than announcing to the world that you don't care. All right, so here's a few things that, at least in my opinion, constitute the behaviors of a real man. And look, if you're a younger gentleman and you stumbled across this video, I hope you'll stick around for some of the things that I'm about to say. But really quick, if you don't know me yet, I'm John, and the whole reason that I started making videos is to help show middle-aged men that you're never too old and it's never too late to make a change in your life or start something new. And I'm glad you're here. All right, let's start off with one of the most controversial ideas, and that's that a real man absolutely does care about his appearance. And I get a lot of pushback from guys that think that dressing well and having a little sense of style is only done to impress other people. And that is missing the point completely, because a man with self-worth and self-confidence cares about himself first, and then shows the world around him how much value he sees in himself. And people do notice that. Now, what those people think about him isn't the reason he dresses well, it's the result. The next thing, in my opinion, that describes a real man is understanding personal hygiene and grooming. I mean, look, you can have a giant beard, you can have a really cool mustache, you can have a goatee, or even an 8-day stubble. But what you should also have is a grooming routine to make sure that you're keeping everything under control. And along with that routine, you need the right tools. And because we're talking about grooming, Brio is sponsoring today's video. But even if they weren't, I would still recommend this trimmer to pretty much anyone. Now, the Beardscape V2 is an amazing grooming tool that will not only help you achieve your preferred beard style and length, but you can also use it on your body for manscaping if that's something that you want to do. I know some guys are into that and some guys aren't. Now, this might be the last trimmer that you'll ever buy because of its versatility and all of its features. Now, this V2 is an upgraded version of their original flagship trimmer, and now it comes with a bunch of new features like an upgraded display, a travel lock, and improved grip ergonomics. It has an incredibly strong motor, an insane battery life, and a versatile cutting range with millimeter length adjustments, RPM speed options, and along with multiple different guard attachments. It also comes with a 2-year warranty and the backing of an amazing customer support team. Now, on a personal note, this is my grooming tool of choice, and I even was cutting my own hair with it back in 2020 when all the barbershops were shut down. Now, Brio also has this little attachment called the Zero Blade. Now, this is designed to cut incredibly close for all the accurate edging and lining up of your facial hair. This cuts very close, so I might not recommend using it on some of your body parts. So listen, Brio is hooking you guys up with a very special offer because you saw this video, so don't miss out. All you gotta do is click the link down below in the description, and with the purchase of your brand new Beardscape, you can get a free Zero Blade, which is about a $25 value. But you gotta hurry because they do sell out on this stuff, and this offer is only good while these supplies last. Jump on this right now and order worry-free with a 60-day money-back guarantee. And thank you, Brio, for partnering with me on today's video. All right, moving on to the next thing that, at least in my opinion, real men don't do, and that's involve other people in your relationships. And I'm not talking about swinging. Look, this is good advice for both men and women. But if you're having issues in your relationship, work those issues out with your person. Because if all your friends know about all your problems, except for the person that you're having the problem with, I mean, that's not even fair. But not only that, you've created this version of your spouse in everybody else's mind that might not even be true. But now, because of everything you said, the other person is now the bad guy and everything is their fault. And also, because you went to your friends with the problem, of course, all your buddies want to help you fix it. So everyone is going to have their own opinion and idea about what you should do. And now you've got all this BS floating around in your head about what they think you should do from people who aren't even qualified to be giving you that type of advice. Listen, real men keep their relationships tight. If you're having issues with your spouse, find a couples therapist and go handle it properly. The next trait of a real man, in my opinion, is being a good human. Not kicking people when they're down. Not going out of your way to be nasty to somebody else for no other reason than for your own entertainment. Not leaving anonymous hate comments on the internet. And not getting overly sensitive and triggered when someone has a different opinion than yours or says something that you don't agree with. Because look, if it doesn't directly concern you, why waste your energy? All right, circling back to not caring for a second, and I know this is going to be oversimplified, but if you really don't care what people think, wear a garbage bag to work tomorrow or wear one on your next date. Look, it's ingrained in our DNA to care about certain things. And of course, you can vary the levels of what you care about, but caring what other people think goes all the way back to the caveman. Because if you didn't fit in, you were an outcast and you were banned from the tribe and you wouldn't survive on your own. And because you knew you'd die on your own outside of the tribe, you paid attention and made sure that you worked well within that tribe. Now, of course, today it's not life or death, but the general instinct of wanting to be accepted is still in there. And I'll end this video the same way that I started it because there's really no such thing as a real man. However, caring about yourself, being respectful, providing for your family, protecting your loved ones from harm, having goals, and working to better yourself. That, at least in my opinion, makes you more aligned with the traits of a real man. And look, if you made it this far, you are definitely one of the true legends. And if you want to check out these 9 foundation items that you need to build a solid wardrobe, check out this video right over here. And as always, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Live well, and I'll see you in the next one.